the ceremony, absolutely, it looked like beautiful. I mean, beautiful circumstances, wonderfully warm and absolutely lovely, beautiful, pretty lights and palm trees everywhere. And then yet another one of Prince Charles's incredibly turgid, very badly delivered speeches. Can someone please teach that man how to give a speech? But what he had to say was really quite significant, wasn't it?
Well, yes, I disagree with you. I've got a real soft spot for Prince Charles, and I think he manages to cope with so much stuff thrown at him that if he speaks...
I'm not having a go at him. I'd just like him to learn how to deliver a speech. If he's going to be king, then it might be useful, but there we are.
Yeah, it's all been done with enormous dignity, I think. They've showed him with great respect, and they don't want to leave the Commonwealth. They want to stay there, but they want to be independent. And I think that that's perfectly correct.
Yes, no one was burning the Queen at the stake or anything. It was very respectful.
Yes, and what Prince Charles said about slavery and the stain it has left on us as a country was very interesting. I mean, he was woke really before anybody heard the name. I mean, he's a great believer that everybody has a right to exist and do what they want, and he's never been a racist or anything like that. So this was something straight from the heart, I think.
Yeah, I mean, again, he's been under an awful lot of pressure. I mean, only yesterday, the Sun front page with him having to deny, or his lawyers apparently been called into, denying that he is the royal racist, accused by Meghan and Harry in that Oprah Winfrey interview, basically saying a senior royal had emerged, but not naming names, just saying it wasn't the Queen. But it narrowed it down, who are we kidding, to just a handful of people. And now a book in America has apparently claiming to be quoting a conversation at the breakfast table that he had with Camilla, his wife. So that's an awful lot of pressure. I mean, it's a horrible accusation for anyone to have made against them when it's not true. But you see, he did talk about, as you say, about the stain. He said, from the darkest days of our past and the appalling atrocity of slavery, which forever stains our history, the people of this island forged their path with extraordinary fortitude. Emancipation, self-government and independence were your waypoints. Freedom, justice and self-determination have been your guides. And really, really beautiful words, actually. Now, I'm not, as you know, a big fan of the woke, but this is where Britain's history as a slave trading nation, along with pretty much every other empire ever that existed on this planet, that is relevant, isn't it? And it is relevant to talk to people who are, finally having an independent nation about the past and the reason why those people are there as the descendants of slaves. There it is relevant. And it would have been difficult not to bring that issue up.
Yes, I thought he did it with great respect. He doesn't want to go into a battle with the new independent country, and I think that it worked very well for him. I think people would appreciate it there, and I think it'll be very interesting to see what happens, because China has invested over £500 million there, with lots of roads and a cricket pitch and all that sort of thing, whereas Prince Charles got over 2,000 young men and women off the streets and helped them find a job. This is from the Prince's Trust. Yeah. And it's interesting actually what will happen, but I think China will take away their independence in a way that will be very difficult for them to cope with. But that's for the future. But
yeah, indeed. Let's also talk about the second part of that BBC documentary. I haven't seen it. It's too late for me to be watching telly at that time of night. But this is a two-part documentary series, The Princes and the Press. The first one last week really set the cat among the pigeons. We've got the Queen, Prince Charles and Prince William all uniting, criticising the BBC for that they were not giving them a right of reply. I thought certainly actually the first part of the documentary I did see was mostly very critical of the media. I thought the media came out of it very, very badly indeed in terms of the coverage. But yesterday's episode, I don't know if you've seen it.
I did. I was up watching it. Yes.
She's a pro, is Angela. There's still prompted some issues. What did you make of it? Do you think the royals were right to be concerned?
Well, I thought it was very aggressive. You could tell that it had been hacked to pieces because lots of things were missing. We had a piece by Amal himself being interviewed by the BBC talking about Martin Bashir in the middle of it all. Now, I think it was quite important about the BBC and Martin Bashir, but we didn't really need to see him. There's still a lot more about him than it was about the others. He said things like Harry is taking revenge on the press for killing his mother. He hasn't got over that yet, and it was very heavily related to Meghan and how badly she was treated. And her lawyer was on a tremendous amount, explained to us what privacy really meant in legal terms. Yes, you're
I mean,
right.
that's the thing. I do think it's giving that one side the right to reply, but not the other side. And what do you make, just finally, of this Megxit thing? The idea that, as Prince Harry's complained, that Megxit is somehow a sexist word because it's no. I think they were saying Harry was saying it was sexist on the basis that it wasn't about Harry and Meghan leaving the UK. It was about Meghan being the driver of this. But I mean, she wasn't she?
Well, this is what's very interesting. This highlights the pettiness of their grievances. I mean, who cares? In fact, it was made after Brexit, Mexit,
Yeah.
and now it's Sussex. But I think
it's not, is it?
If you've got a grievance, I think it's absolutely right that you go after the grievance. But when you go to these petty little things, it seems you're looking for trouble, and you're looking to have power in a sort of very silly way. And if they want to fight, they should fight properly on some proper issues, not go around crawling around trying to fight everything that they don't like.
Absolutely.
And it's all negative. A couple who are so in love and so happy with 2 children and a great big house,
enjoy it. Yeah, you're luckier than most. Have a good life. Go and have fun. I couldn't agree with you more. Angela Levin, royal biographer. Thank